Hello, YouTube family. Welcome back. My name is Derek, and welcome to the Black and White Effect. Um, Hope you guys are liking the content that is being, given to the masses. Wanted to kind of give my perspective and my thoughts on a lot of different things and a lot of different areas of issues that may be going on in the world, or just issues that we deal with on an everyday basis. Um, so tonight I want to kind of talk about a topic that I feel like is very needed during this time right now, time that we're living in this society. Just the unknown of everything makes you really think as a person about your life. Either you sitting around right now observing your life and trying to figure out how you're gonna get better, or you still out there in the world and have no idea of what's going on. But tonight I want to talk about something that I feel like is very needed, but it's stated. The word I really want to focus on is honesty. That word honesty. You see, as you continue to get or be honest with yourself, as you continue to go through life, you're starting to see life as a reality check. Sometimes God gives us a reality check. And when He gives us a reality check, He's basically trying to get us to see what problems or areas in our life that we need to be focused on and working on to be better. Now that's God's reality check. Now, for some people, there are different type of reality checks. There are some reality checks that are actually good in a good way, where life is going well for you, things are falling in line for you, God is blessing you, and you're really not having any issues, going through your pathway in life. But then if you fall on that other side of that coin, and that reality check is life isn't going the way you plan. You, you know, think about it. You grow up in a poor neighborhood. So that means you're getting poor education. On top of that, as you're getting older, you're very limited in what you can do in the world as a young black man. Let's check. After that, when you become a young adult, you're entering college. And by the time you get finished with college, you're starting off already in debt. So not only are you coming from a poor background, but you're accumulating debt. See, that's how the world, that's how the cycle that they want us to be in. As you accumulate debt, now you're going through life cycles, which means that, you may find a young lady or young man after college, settle down with, have a child, have a kid, have some kids, and but y'all still in debt. Still trying to figure it out, living paycheck to paycheck. And sometimes it can be a struggle because mentally that messes with you because you're always trying to figure out a way how to get ahead in life. It's very tough when you are always behind. You know that feeling that you always behind, like you always trying to catch up? That's a very tough burden to keep holding on to. So, when people go through that, they start to become envy of other people because their life ain't going the way they expect it to go, which is natural. But at the same time, that doesn't give you a right to take out your anger or frustrations or disbelief with life that you have. That's something you got to deal with. Now, that envy that person will have will start turning into hate. And as y'all, a lot of y'all know, you know, you would think it would be outer, but the closest people to you are the ones that give you the most problems. Think about that. You too busy worrying about the people on the outside, and it's the people on the inside that's attacking you. The ones that is the closest to you, the ones that you thought loved you, and that's another story. That's another time. But let's stay on topic because this has something to do with that. As you become envy of people, no matter who they can be a coworker, they can be a relative, they can be somebody on your job, they can be anybody. Envy and hate don't have a name to it, people. And when you start developing that envy towards people, you start to treat people differently than what they supposed to be treated. See, you got to watch how you treat people because there's this thing in this world called karma, and it comes around. I'm not talking about the karma that's in the Twix bar. I'm not talking about that karma in the Snickers bar. I'm not talking about that karma. I'm talking about karma that comes around when you know it's going to come around because you messed up. So you started to envy people because of your dislack in life. And it can be frustrating. It can be painful, always scratching and clawing your way out of situations and you just feel like there's no way out. I'm quite sure a lot of people has been there. It's tough in this world. It's either sink or swim. That's unfortunate, but this how life is. So let's say that envy is turned into the closest people to you, your family members. Now you would think to yourself, why would you be envy of your family, people that supposed to have that tight knit pride, like feel to it of love and connection and community and loyalty. We don't have that no more. As the years have gone on, the sense of love in the world is just gone. It's gone. You can feel the hate in the air. It ain't like it used to be where you look after somebody that you don't know. You look after a neighbor. You look after a friend of a friend. You look after each other, not tearing each other down. And that's the age that we living in. That's why we can't never get ahead as a people. If I can't get it, you can't get it. But we wonder why we still can't get up that mountain. Think about that. Envy, envying and hating instead of loving and coming together to build something is why we ain't gonna never get to where we want to be in life, especially as black folks. We can't take one step forward. You have to take 20 steps backwards. That don't make sense. You constantly going backwards more than you going forward. We got to start thinking, people. What we living in is a spiritual fight, good versus evil. So wake up. Now, at, let me continue. As you continue to be filled with that hate and envy, especially with the closest people to you, because typically, just like with an example of crime that's being committed, it's typically close proximity, whoever you the closest to. So in your life, it will be your kids or your family. So you start being envy towards family. Like I said, why would you be envy towards family? If somebody got a better car than you, why the hate? Shouldn't you be joyful that that person is doing good in life and not struggling, and it's another person that's making it through? Or is it that you're not where you supposed to be in life, so you rather put your frustrations out on somebody else? That don't make sense to me, but a lot of people do it. And we wonder why there's so many black families in this world that are apart, ain't calling each other like they used to, ain't having family get-togethers like they used to, not really trying to help each other like they used to. It's just everybody out for themselves. What happened to the tribal love in the black community? Come on, people. We can't be doing this tap dancing forever. Cause I'm tired of tapping. I'm ready to take my tap shoes off and put some boots on the ground and get to work. Cause some changes need to be made. And if you ain't out here trying to make positive changes in this world, you need to get out of our way. Because this is the most high people that's coming. This is the most high people that's coming and uniting. We ain't playing no games. Now back to what I was saying. When you going through situations like that with family, that's very different than a friend. See, a friend, when you have envy with a friend, it's somebody that you close with, but you really not, you have that back and forth of sometimes liking them, sometimes not. Sometimes liking them, sometimes not. That's friendship. So you can let that go pretty easily. You still can be envy of a friend because they graduated from that college that you tried to get into, or they took that man that you really wanted. Anything. Instead of basically congratulating them on making it through. Because it's tough for African Americans. It's tough out here. So we should be each other's biggest cheerleader, not our biggest hater. We're supposed to look for the haters, not be one. So we got the game all twisted. I ain't playing with y'all tonight. I'm not playing with y'all tonight. I'm not. It's a struggle out here, people. It's a struggle. When you're trying to pay bills, when you're trying to figure out, do you want to start a business? Do you want to work for the family business? Do you want to go back to school? Do you want to be a full-time parent? Do you want to you got so much life you're trying to figure out. It's a struggle, struggling every day. That's a fight itself. On top of the mess that we got to deal with the government. So when you dealing with that, even from your own family members or your own friend or your own you know church buddy or anybody, why would you take the time to want to dislike somebody or envy them because your life ain't going a certain way? Everybody has struggles. Everybody. So you don't know what that person done went through to get to where they are. All you doing is seeing the finished process. That's all you seen. You seen the ending of it. And you thought they didn't have to struggle for it. You thought it just fell down from the sky right into their lap. And it didn't happen for you, so you got mad and frustrated and start having hate in your heart. instead of being happy for each other. Again, where's the love? We all we got. God's chosen people, that's only a few. It's billions of people in this world. So we all we got. And we can't stay together. We can't figure this out. We can't sit down and have a conversation together as friends. If you're my friend, you're supposed to sit down with me and have a conversation, figure out what the solution is. Why you want to keep being mad at me for no reason? If I don't call you or deal with you, but somehow, some way, your name always end up in that person's mouth, it ain't you, it's them. They obsessed with you. They can't let it go. How you dress, how you look, they can't stand it. They can't stand it. Success, the blessings that is blessing you with, they can't stand it. They can see the light. They can see the light. They can see the light on you, but they so filled with so much darkness that darkness and light don't attract. You got to remember that. See, light exposes darkness. I want y'all to think about that. Light exposes darkness. And when you're being exposed, oh, they don't like that. They don't like that. They don't like that. Them haters, them ones that envy want to sit there and they little tone, send they little messages, they little social media messages, they little wink wink text messages, towards you without saying your name indirectly. Playing these mind games instead of picking up a phone and calling that person and say, hey, I'm sorry. Whatever I've done to you, I apologize. But we so filled with that nonsense that we can't even see the truth. If you truly love that person, why are you making their life more difficult when you know how difficult life is? That don't make sense to me. We got grown folks acting like children. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80-year olds out here can't get along. Just think about that. But you got the younger generation coming behind you that need a representation of what success and community and staying together and being loyal looks like, but we can't do that. And you wonder why the crime rate is going through the sky. You wonder why these YNs out here ain't listening to nobody but the rap music. Because if y'all can't get along, if y'all can't sit down and have a conversation, why should I? So I'm gonna go out here and listen to you know Snoop Dogg, and I'm gonna go out here and listen to Drake. I'm gonna go out here and listen to all these other rappers because y'all don't know how to get along. So why should I listen to y'all? That's sad. God sees your heart, and when you walking around with hatred in your heart, when you have envy for folks that doesn't haven't done nothing to you, but you just don't like them because you feel like they better than you. Which if you feel like that, then that's on you. But God sees your heart. So all that slick mess that you doing, You don't think y'all not realize he is still looking at you, seeing the games that you playing, the late night Facebook messages that you sending, wink, wink, those shots at somebody in the family, or one of your cousins, or the lady that you work at work with in the group chat, or a friend group. For what? Some folks ain't thinking about you, and you sitting up at nighttime, racking your brain around them, trying to figure out a way to make a life difficult when we already got the world against us. And you want to add on to that stress. That ain't love. That's why I said we don't have love no more. As the generation of the elderly has moved on, it seems like the generation of elderly that we have now in this modern time, they rather be on social media and these dating websites. They ain't trying to be no grandparents no more and give no advice and give some type of understanding to the kids and history of what the family was and what we could be and trying to give some life lessons. That type of person ain't here no more. All I see when I'm watching TV at nighttime is older people dating websites. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Ain't nobody giving out no type of advice. Ain't nobody giving out no type of understanding because we too busy on dating websites. You too old for that. We need to build community. We got to look out for the next generation. Start focusing on bettering yourself before you start trying to tell people what they need to do. And when you start learning yourself, and that's when you can start seeing all the hate and envy and jealousy that you have in your heart. Because God will show it to you. He has a way of doing that. Of you sitting in the mirror, standing there looking at yourself and being disgusted because you see the type of person that you are grown to be. It's a tough road. And for those people that act that way, it's something in this world that you can call loving you from a distance. Ain't got time for that foolery. If you want to come together, come together. If you want to be friends with me, let's be friends. Let's sit down and talk. If you want to be able to work together in the workplace and stop throwing these little shots at me through emails and text messages and group chats, let's sit down and have a conversation. If we're in a friend group and you got something to say every time I say something, let's sit down and have a conversation about it. Envy don't look good on anybody. Watch how you treat people. Because God have a way of showing you and having it come back around. And when it come back around, it's gonna come back tenfold. Because ain't nothing gonna be going right in your life. And you trying to figure out what you done did wrong. But if you give it to him and let those burdens go, you won't have that heaviness on your heart to want to treat somebody like that or to have envy or jealousy or hatred toward them. That's a lot to hold on to. You have to be better. We have to be better. We have to. But the uncertainty that is going on in this world, If you're not working to better yourself, I'm talking about mentally, physically, and building your financial wealth so you can provide generational wealth to your family, so you can buy some land and start building on that land and stop eating this food that they trying to kill us with and start growing your own food and learning how to grow food and learn agriculture and all these different things that we need. If we having a hard time in our bank, let's build a bank. They won't let us in the hospital to get treated correctly. Let's build our own hospitals. What we waiting on? Something to fall out the sky? You got to put the work in along with the faith. That's what I'm learning. Every day is a spiritual battle, y'all. I know y'all can feel it. Something always going wrong. But if you have that love in your heart for God, then you're gonna know everything's gonna be okay. This is not your battle to fight. They want you to fight it. They want you to get out there in the streets and act a fool and protest and do all this stuff so they can get you out there and kill you. Y'all better wake up, people. Oh, I'm coming on strong like a pimp at a player's ball. I'm coming on strong with these lines. Uh huh. Uh huh. Work on yourself mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, because we don't know when our time gonna end. And when you sitting back, wherever you may be, and you looking over your life, and all you saying is, "I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. I wish I could have treated that person right. I should have told them I'm sorry before they went on." All these different things. If you just would have took the time to put your pride to the side and say, "I was wrong." Hurt people hurt people. That's something I had to learn. So there's nothing wrong with assessing your life, your health, your mindset, trying to be stress free, trying to stop, letting other people's situations bury you in your household. You taking on other people's situations. See, this is how we get stressed, anxiety, worrying about other people's situation. It's okay. It's okay if you have an issue or a problem sometime and you need to call that person to get some advice, but not all the time. See, then when you just using somebody then because you ain't trying to figure it out. Don't keep calling my phone when I keep giving you advice about what you need to do and you do otherwise. At some point in time, I'm gonna stop answering them calls. You're wasting my time. Sometimes you just gotta tell people because they don't understand. I don't like you. Sometimes you just gotta tell them that. I don't want to talk to you. Sometimes you just gotta tell folks that. I don't want to deal with you because I know you full of it. Just be honest with them. What we shaking and jiving for around these people? Be honest. I don't like your goddamn tail. And I know you don't like me. So you stay over there. I'm going to stay over here. And we ain't got no problems or no issues. That's how you don't start a war. But we can't even do that. We're trying to get away from the white people. And you doing the same thing. We're trying to get away from you too. This ain't a relay. We need people around us that's going to keep us positive, uplifted, God's people that want to see you rise, that is happy for you truly. Not nobody sitting fake smiling and got some stuff to say behind your back every time they feel like they don't like you or you feel better than them. Come on, y'all. Seriously, come on, get it together. Take time to get to know who you are. Work on yourself spiritually. Ask God to forgive you for all of your sins and wicked ways. So when that day comes, and that day we don't know when it's gonna come, but when your last day on this earth is gone, at least you would have said, "I did the right thing. I was the higher me before I left this earth. I was a better me. I evolved." You don't want to look back over your life and say, "Oh man, I should have changed. I should have been a better person. I should have not hated on that person. I should have loved this person. I should have called this person, told them I was sorry." That's all it takes is a few words. And our ego won't let us do that. And that's why so many folks in the grave right now, the people that still living, they wish they would have told them they loved them, called them more, checked on them a little bit more. But our pride and ego won't let us do that. Hurt people hurt people. Didn't I say that? Start loving people. Give your life to God. Work on yourself. Figure out what you want to do. Start a business. Give back to the community. Start calling people and asking for forgiveness for hurting them or saying something to them, or not being able to find a balance in a relationship. That's all it takes is a few words. Don't let time fool you like you got time. And but also don't let nobody stress you out too. You got to know when you're being used, because people will use you and wipe you and keep going. I'm gonna say it one more time. They'll use you, wipe you, and keep going. And you didn't do nothing wrong. Health is wealth. Stop the stress, the anxiety, the trying to figure out what we're gonna do next. Just give it to him and start living your life and planning for the best days to come. That's what you should do. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm not waiting on nothing. I'm gonna get out here and do it the right way, the way God leads me to do it. And I'm gonna be successful at it. I'm gonna be very successful at it. And I'm gonna take that success and help as many people as I possibly can. Because that's what God wants me to do. To give back, to give love, to help build community. That's what it's about. It's not being envy, hating. It's about enjoyment of life. That's what it's about. But thank you guys for the time tonight. Like I said, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Once again, look forward to seeing you again on Black and White Effect. Good night.